Good morning. Today we are going to talk real quick about some of the changes that have occurred to LinkedIn. And, one thing I always try to illustrate when talking about LinkedIn is just to kind of give a good overview on the keys to success, especially, for your insurance or accounting business. So one of the things I always kind of harp on is I talk about the three parts of LinkedIn. Step one is your profile, making sure that you've gone the route of setting it up as a marketing profile instead of just a resume. So we'll talk about that first. Secondly, we'll talk about the database side of LinkedIn, which is your connections, right? That's where when you post things, it's going to go out to people. It's your distribution. And then the third thing we'll talk about today is some of the changes to the messaging tools. In the past, you were able to send out mass messages. That has changed a little bit. There's some new features, and we'll kind of go through that. So the first thing I always, really try to hammer home is that, LinkedIn, you can do a lot of things with, from a marketing standpoint. And that's what gets everyone excited. They see it as a lead generator. They see it as a tool to increase retention, but in the end, they usually don't have the pieces to the puzzle in place to be successful. And where I'm going is the way you set up your LinkedIn profile, the way you write your profile is going to be the foundation for success. And, that's where I see a lot of weakness in professionals that aren't succeeding with LinkedIn. So I guess one of the things I try to hammer home is that when you're setting up your profile, you really want to make sure you're writing it like a marketing profile. And people say, well, what does that mean? Well, what it means is that, for the last 30 years when we went to school, we were trained on how to write a resume, right, on a way to kind of get a job. And when I look at a lot of LinkedIn profiles, that's kind of what I see. It seems like this profile is trying to get somebody a job, which I find kind of silly because most of us work for ourselves. We're, independent insurance professionals, independent CPAs, whatever. And at the end of the day, we're not trying to get a job. We're trying to get new clients. And that's what I'm trying to get across here is that your profile, there's a big difference between trying to project your skills and trying to project why someone should do business with you. So I think where it starts is that summary section. And if, we go to my profile real quick here, you can kind of see that I have a few different facets to it. But this profile section, the summary section in your profile really is the most important part of your entire LinkedIn presence. And it's really broken down into two sections. Section one is your content, and section two is your uploads. And in section one, really what you need to do is, of course, keep it simple. But most importantly, try to be somewhat specific. And people say, well, what does that mean, be specific? And I'm a marketing guy, and the thing I always try to tell people is broad is always bad. So when I look at a lot of insurance professionals' LinkedIn profiles, they all seem to read the same. It'll kind of say, I'm an independent insurance professional. I can, get you a quote on all the carriers. I can sell you dozens of different products. Contact me for a free quote. It's kind of what they all say. And that's fine, but if, again, very broad. Broad is bad. So usually when I'll do private consulting, I start to dig, with these guys who can do everything, right? And I try to say, like, what's your primary focus and what's the secondary stuff? And usually after digging, you start to find, well, I'm a Medicare specialist, or I'm a commercial liability specialist for restaurant owners. And I guess what I'm trying to say is your profile should be written to get somebody excited who's in your target market. So if you truly are an expert in working with restaurant owners and risk management, then that should be the first sentence. I have 15 years experience, well, whatever. Bob's Insurance for the last 15 years has specialized in working with restaurant owners, helping them with business liability, errors in admission, workers' compensation. We're here to study your restaurant and to help you, protect your potential risks. Something to the extent that if a restaurant owner did read your profile, they'd say, okay, this guy is a specialist. He's what I'm looking for. And of course, he may have been referred to you, so it all kind of builds your case as being the solution to their needs. And, again, where I'm going is that we can use LinkedIn for some marketing capabilities. There's ways to get yourself in front of people. And if you come across as just the average insurance agent who does everything, you come across as nothing to the consumer. You want to come across as very pinpointed, as very strategic, and obviously as very, niche-oriented. So, the biggest fear, of course, is, well, I do more than just restaurant insurance. Sure, that's what the second and third paragraph can say in the summary section. We also are a full-service operation, serving auto insurance, home insurance, life insurance, health insurance markets. But the first section should say what you specialize in. And again, you want to tell people why you're unique. And of course, in that section, tell people how they can contact you. Now, if you want to put more details in that section, you can certainly upload videos, PowerPoints, PDFs, and you'll see that I've done that. I have a few videos in here that review my services. You certainly can do the same thing. But I think that becomes really the key to success, is really getting detailed in that area. And you would be surprised, how many people are looking at that. Because, one of the things I always try to wake people up to is, again, they get excited about LinkedIn, and the first thing they want to do is connect with people. Well, as I always say, every action has a reaction. So if you connect with somebody, what's the first thing they probably do? They look at your profile. If your profile isn't ready to convert them into a lead, into a referral, or into at least them wanting to learn more about you, then kind of what's the point, right? So you want to have that profile set up and really primed to convert. Once you do that, then you can start to look at some of the marketing tools. And, I won't spend too much time on it today. I will in the future. But one of the things you used to be able to do is you used to be able to go into your connections section, select as many connections as you wanted, and send them a message, right? That was kind of the big thing. And as I tell everybody, good things don't usually last too long. It gets oversaturated, and then, these companies, they probably get in trouble, so they have to alter things. So one thing you should become pretty familiar with on LinkedIn is when you go in, click on the home button, and there's a section up here where you can basically post, right? So you got share an update, upload a photo, publish a post. Well, this publish a post section is kind of the new mass message for LinkedIn. So basically what you can do is you can come in, click on publish a post, and they give you a lot of creative freedom. You can upload an image. You can obviously put in a lot of content. You can put videos in here. You can put pictures in here. You can even tag these posts with keywords. And when you send it out, it will go to everyone you're connected to's alert section. So you'll see here's an example. Lisa has published a post on a Twitter tip worth considering. It went to all of her connections. So my point is when you send this thing, it will go to every person you're connected to. It'll go to their flag notification section, and there's a good chance they'll read it. When you also publish that post, it will go to quite a few other spots. You'll see on my profile, my most recent posts are here. And they're always going to be stationed there. And I can, of course, remove them if I want to, but they get stationed on your profile. And you can see all of my recent ones right here. It's kind of interesting. And they also get search engine optimized, so people can actually find them on Google. So my point is the publish to post feature is definitely something worth, it's definitely something worth looking at. It's definitely something worth focusing on. And probably once a week, once every month at least, you're going to probably want to get some stuff out there. Again, you don't want to post something that's soliciting, because that's always going to end in probably a bad way. But my point is that's the whole point of connecting with people. Now you have this distribution pool, and you can tap into it. But when you do tap into it, just remember you have to be strategic. You have to think about what you're doing and probably put a little time and thought and energy into getting that message out. You probably want to have some sort of landing page in the message, and hopefully it renders some results. So just kind of to summarize today's presentation, the importance of having that summary section is so critical. Making sure that it's very niche oriented, you get rid of all that broadness, And that will allow you to then, when you start connecting with people, probably see a lot more results, probably see a lot more people going to your website to learn more about your operation. All right, appreciate your time and look forward to next week's presentation. Thanks again. Bye-bye.